What's next? Working in the middle of a process, we have to rely on other people, their input in order to continue on. I figured my current situation and my current obstacles might be useful for other people as my mindset goes, what am I going to do? I work in an office setting where, because we're working from home, we rely on intercommunication through emails and sometimes Zoom meetings, but Zoom meetings don't quite work out as planned. So every day I have an 8:30 Zoom meeting to figure out what I'm going to do for each day. And the upper management says to me, hey, since you don't have much on your plate, can you help these other people? Which, yes, 100%, I will definitely do that. But when you email these other people, they never get back to you. When you try to set up a Zoom meeting, they never acknowledge it. I don't even know if they even read it sometimes. And it kind of puts me in a bad position. And my instinct, my physical, stressed out, anxiety brain wants to just out them all and say to upper management, I can't do my job if these people won't answer my emails. But that puts me in a position of putting them on the defensive. So I have to figure a way of presenting it at the meeting when I don't have any responses from others. I guess I'd say at the meeting, oh, I know how everyone's busy and we get deluged with emails. But guys, I'm ready. I can work on anything you need. Just get back to me. Kind of be on the passive side of things rather than outing them and telling management I can't do my job if I don't get some input from others. Basically presenting it at the meeting and saying, hey, I'm willing to work with you. Just get back to me. So I think no matter where you are, no matter what your anxiety wants you to do, you have to present things in a compassionate way so others are not on the defensive. Because if others are on the defensive, they're gonna throw you right under the bus. Because they don't want to be under the bus themselves, even though they made the mistake of not getting back to you, even though they didn't help you. You have to present things to everyone around you that you're willing. Because if you present as a negative influence, if you present as a difficult worker, people are not going to want to work with you. But if you present yourself as a positive person who's willing to work with others in a much more compassionate way, people are much more willing to work with you and to understand your situation and to be much more helpful. I think that's my experience. That's what I'm going with. Because I keep thinking about, because I had sent a few emails in the last couple of days of the week. And I know when Monday comes along and it's a meeting, an 8:30 meeting, when I have to present what I'm going to do, and I have nothing, because I got everything. I tied up all my loose ends on Friday. And I have nothing, and I got no responses back to any of my emails. So that's where I have to throw the ball into their court in the most sympathetic, most compassionate way and see how that works. Now, if that doesn't work, well, I've already thrown the compassionate ball out, and that's kind of like the first step, the nice step. And if they don't work with me, then I guess they're working against me. I have to escalate things. On the other hand, I mean, if you don't have much work to do, makes you an easy day. I have to get used to doing less and being pleased with it. But I don't like wasting company money I don't like being a drain. I want to be an asset, not a liability. That's probably my biggest problem. It's an inchworm. I always want to be an asset. I never want to be the liability for a company. But honestly, when push comes to shove, a company will cut you loose at the first opportunity if they think they can, save a few bucks. Companies do not care about the little employee. I have to really focus on that. That kind of leads me into YouTube. YouTube used to be a space where private creators, individual creators could make stuff. And now it's become more of a corporate site where most of the stuff that comes on my feed are from corporations. But when you have a big group of people, it's hard to work through quarantine. It's hard to work from home. So this was a time for the individual creators to shine. And honestly, I only saw very few who actually did shine, who did actually use this opportunity to push themselves. And maybe at some point, the company will decide that since there isn't not enough work for me to do, that they should let me loose. They should furlough me. And honestly, I'd be more comfortable with that, to know that the axe is going to fall, than to keep fighting to get work so they can accomplish something. I really don't like having little to do. I like being a functioning member of a group. But being in the middle of things, you got push from upper management, and you got push from those at the same level as you, and you got push from those below you. It's not a happy place to be. And I always want to do the best thing to help as many people as possible. And I gotta stop being the people pleaser and just start being the me pleaser. That's the problem with being people pleasers, is they want to make everyone happy, and that's impossible. The only person I really can make happy, and that's myself. And it's not being narcissistic. I'll keep saying it's not narcissism to take yourself first. It is narcissism to take yourself first at the expense of others. And that's not me. I work with others. I don't put others down. I mean, sometimes at the end of the day, you just have to let the chips fall where they may and see what happens. Don't take it as a personal. It's all just business. I don't know. I'm just going to keep thinking my way around in circles. Just try to be happy is what I got. And if things happen, honestly, on the day-to-day, if I do get furloughed or laid off or whatever, I still have money and I still have resources to go to, because I have been getting calls from other companies saying, hey, when your contract ends, we have stuff for you. Maybe when things seem worse, there actually are better. Maybe sometimes bad news is actually good news if you look at it in the right perspective. I don't know. What's next?